Let's give a commercial for golf real quick. I gave you some golf balls today. Why do people play golf? What do you think the main attraction is? What's it do for you?
Well, if you play golf, you can't think honestly or do anything else when you're playing. I think it's the most revealing game that's out. I don't know if it's a game. It's something other than a game. I couldn't define it. But it's obsessive and revealing and a very healthy balancing factor, I think. Certainly is for me, and also it's one of the few games in the world that's really still got dignity as a game.
Certainly has class.
Yeah, no question.
You ever lose your temper?
Well, of course.
What do? You throw the golf balls or you throw the golf
No,
club?
I'm
I
better
slice a
than I
lot, so I
was.
have problems after about 9 holes, and if I'm still slicing, I get tired and I get irritated.
Well, you got to find a way to close the face of the club.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, well, but it's endless, and as Jack Nicklaus says, it's an unfair game, and you have to accept it. It's like the life in that way. Also, it's also a game that you can cheat at. It's the easiest game in the world to cheat at.
As
And
we
the
learned in
only one-
Goldfinger, I guess.
Yeah?
Okay.
Well, the only one that suffers is you, because you know, and you can't unknow.
So if I'm a producer in Hollywood and I'm trying to get Sean Connery to be in my movie so I can get rich, because we know he won't make you rich, I'll steal all your money and make myself rich, as producers do. Put a golf scene in there or something that's gonna help. It's not gonna hurt.
Absolutely, but the golf scene was already in Rising
Rising
Sun.
Sun.
The golf scene I was suggesting and put in Medicine Man. I just finished the film Good Man in Africa. The golf scene was already in there. So that's kind of fortunate, I suppose.
Clint Eastwood gets to play the piano now in most of his movies, and you're playing golf.
Does Clint play the piano?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Danny DeVito playing the fiddle in Your Other People's Money or something. Obviously, he'd played.
Do you have any sense of what is commercial, or do you really care that much? I mean, I know you have to if you're going to be executive producer of a film, but is that a consideration for you?
Well, it's very nice to think that it would have some commercial success, yeah. But primarily, it's to find something that I really would enjoy, and I presume then that other people would enjoy to see it. And of course, obviously, I think probably 60-40 or something.
And you don't look at a movie whether it's fun, do you necessarily? Do you look at it, it's work for you? I know it's work, it's very serious work, but it's a degree of fun. You need to have fun in a project, don't you?
Well,
to like it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, Russia House, for example, I think is a very good movie and a good example of what I'm talking about. I love the story, I love the character, and I love the idea of what it was trying to say. It's not my idea of fun.
Right.
Weeks and weeks in Russia, working in Zagorsk and places like that, where it's where nothing works. I'd been there 30 years before, so I knew something about it. But I still, once I'm doing it, then I'm absolutely into it, and I don't see a golf course for 9-10 weeks. But and I would have thought it had more commercial value than it did, but it didn't. So there's no way of really know. I mean, they're different doing formula pictures, I think.
Do you ever go back when do you ever dial around television when you're off somewhere and a Sean Connery movie comes on? Because my goodness, everything from Tarzan's Greatest Adventure you've done to Meteor, I didn't even know you had done. I guess a lot of people didn't know you had done that one until it came on television. And obviously all the great movies. But do you ever stop and watch yourself, or you go like this and just keep on spinning?
No, sometimes I've been in, I was in Sharjah, in Dubai, and there I was speaking Arabic. It was kind of interesting to watch, but...
What movie was that?
I think it was Wrong is Right. No, it was The Next Man, which was very popular in the Muslim countries.
You can't go too far without the Bond things. I was in my closet the other day looking around because I never go in there too much. And do you even recognize this man?
It's just like last week.
What are your memories of those things? I mean, still, are they good memories? Because people won't let you get too far from it. You're always going to be Bond. I love you for Bond.
Yeah.
And you have to have a warm place in your heart somewhere for that.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine died, James Hunt, and it was confused with me. They thought it was James Bond.
I did see that. I'm glad you're alive today. I would have been very mad if you didn't show up.
Well, I don't know what my feelings would have been if it was true. But no, I have, obviously one has some good souvenirs about it, unquestioned. What was very difficult to convey is the amount of pressure, publicity-wise, and the uncharted areas where these kind of productions, where they were, you know, interminably long, and one was carrying most of it all the time. And you go to Japan, for example, and you only live twice, there were 500 photographers. And they were putting the cameras under the toilet door, and wherever one went, you would see people sitting eating. You sit down and suddenly they would, and it would be a camera. And restaurants heading you off at the pass. You couldn't go anywhere. And I accept the responsibilities, but what I find, I have to make a lot of things on my terms too. I like the public place. I walk a lot. I go in public places, and I know it's a public sector.
And you drive your own car. I understand you drive around to your own sets most of the time if you can.
Yeah.
I understand you got lost on the way to this movie and you had to stop and ask some directions, but that was a trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody can get lost, you know.
You just don't think of Mr. Bond getting lost or Sean Connery. Nice meeting you finally, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't
Thank
lose
you
the
for the
golf balls.
balls.
Thank you.